Hello and welcome to Healthy Mentality. I am your host, Charles, also known as RMZ. I want to thank you for being here tonight. If you haven't already, please take a moment to smash those like and subscribe buttons. And while you're at it, if you're on the app, please give me some hype. Let's try to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers. As a reminder, there are 2 GLP-1 meetups happening this year, put on by the same group. The first one is Once Upon Atlanta, the Peach Grand Prix, which is Saturday, June 27th at Echo Park. Speedway tickets are $100 and covers the main event. The second is Once Upon Dallas, Glow Up Rodeo, Saturday, October 17th at the AT&T Discovery District Lobby, also $100. There is a link down in the description of this video if you are interested in attending. Also, I am excited to announce that I've partnered with Fridays, a company that's just as serious about your health journey as you are, whether you need brand or compounded GLP-1s, or if you're a man looking for TRT, or someone looking for powerhouse supplements like Samoralin or NAD+. Fridays has you covered. No membership fees, unlimited provider visits, nutrition coaching, dietitian support, live workouts, all included. This is a partnership I'm genuinely proud of. There will be more to come on this later, but if you're ready to start now, there is a link in the description of this video, and you can use my code RMZ to get a discount. And before we get started, a disclaimer: I am not a healthcare professional, and nothing and neither is my guest. Nothing shared here is medical advice. We're simply sharing our personal experiences and perspectives. Please consult your healthcare team before making any changes to your treatment or your care routine. All right. With that said, at the end of the show, we'll have a live Q&A. If you have a question, drop it in the comments and start it with 3Q so I can easily filter and find it. And if you're a man looking to come on and tell your story, email me at roundmoundzep@gmail.com. With that said, join me in welcoming tonight's guest, heavy on the jumps, heavy on the gains. Welcome, sir. Please introduce yourself. Your mic's off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me good?
I got you. No, I can't hear you. Not as strong. There you go. Now I can hear you. Both ears now.
All right, you got
All right.
me?
I got you.
All
Oh,
right. It's the GLP-1 athlete, the one and only Mr. Heavy on the jumps, Mr. Heavy on the gains. You know, I gotta do my intro. But my name Adam. Originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Currently living in Houston. I'm married. I have 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl. I work offshore. Been working offshore since 2007. You know, a long time. You know, putting in work. But yeah, I'm here.
all right. So your transformation has been one of the best, if not the best, transformations I've seen on for someone on a GLP-1 journey. So I'm
Appreciate that.
excited to have you on to tell your story and get some of your background. Um, what did life look like for you before you started your journey? What was a typical day like at your heaviest weight?
A typical day for me was, work as usual. Guys. Working offshore is just it's a lot. You know, 12-hour shifts. You know, working on that deck, dealing with that cargo. That's typical for me offshore. You know, at home, typical day for me is spending time with my wife, my kids. You know, family. But if we just talking about as far as my weight concerned, it was a struggle. You know,
So working
every day.
offshore, I'm sure that's a demanding job. How did your weight and your health impact your ability and your stamina to hold up on that kind of work?
At first, it was hard. At first, it was a struggle because it's a real physical, demanding job. You know, you have to. It's hands on. Everything out there is hands on. We're talking about tying up the boat, throwing lines, rigging cargo, dealing with stuff like that, constantly moving back and forth, working in every type of environment you could think of, weather, rain, snow, whatever, mosquitoes, all that. But it was a struggle though, you know, for me.
Yeah, I imagine you got to power through it because no days off, right?
Yeah, and it's hands on. So you know, after a while, you become used to it. You
Yeah,
know, so it comes a part of your life after a
yeah,
while.
yeah,
But it's still a struggle though. It still was a struggle.
yeah. All right, summer of 2024, you had a week long headache that eventually put you in the hospital. Take us back to that moment and what you were going through at that time.
Yeah, well, 2024, it was hard for me. You know, like I said, working offshore is mentally challenging for me, and spiritually, it's hard. You know, and being isolated, being gone weeks, sometimes months at a time, not being able to talk to my family, Sometimes we out there in the Gulf of Mexico, we don't have no internet, we don't have no phone service. And I'm a person who likes to be by myself, but sometimes that type of isolation there is sort of like being locked up.
Yeah.
And mentally it was breaking. Spiritually, it was breaking for me. And I would probably say it was because of the stress, because anybody who has been obese or has dealt with obesity, we all stress eat.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that we talk about when we dealing with obesity, is just being stressed out. And the summer, I would say July, I had a headache. It just was a headache out, like this was a bad headache every single day. And for me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take some Tylenol and see what it was, if it worked or whatever. And I get seasick.
Yeah.
When I'm out there, like the slightest movement of the rocking of the boat, I get seasick a lot. I don't throw up or nothing, but I get nauseated.
Yeah.
And I have headaches normally if I'm seasick. I get fatigue and I have headaches. So I'm thinking maybe it's just dealing with the stress, dealing with the seasickness or whatever. But after 3-4 days go by and I still have a headache, I'm like, no, I need a break. I'm talking to my wife, who was my fiance at the time. I'm talking to her, and she telling me, well, babe, come home. If you don't feel that good, just come home or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I call the office, tell them I need a break. I explain my situation to them or whatever, how I was feeling. So I go home, and my wife, she's like, immediately go to the doctor. No questions asked, just go. But me, as a man, I'm like, well, it's just a headache. And mind you, my face was swollen.
Yeah.
Like all my neck. Like I think I may have sent you one of the pictures. Well, my face looked real swollen. But so
Yeah, we're gonna avoid going to the hospital at any chance we get. You're gonna have to take us kicking and screaming, man. On this bed, we don't want to go to the doctor.
Exactly. Well, guess what? Fate gave me no choice.
Yeah.
Because 2-3 days I'm home, it gets worse. And I'm not talking about regular headache, I'm talking about migraine worse. And one night, I'm laying down, and every time I lay down, it's like my head just starts beating like hard. Like if you ever had a migraine before, it was maybe 10 times worse than the migraine, right?
Yeah.
So I get up, I can't sleep the whole night. I can't sleep. So I get up maybe 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I start coughing. And then when I look at my hand, I see blood. So I cough up blood. So at this point, I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. Like I have no choice. I gotta go to the doctor at this point. So, I go to the doctor, we go to the emergency room, sitting in there, go see the doctor, going there, they examine me or whatever. The doctor knew immediately what was going on with me. He knew immediately what was wrong. They gave me some pain medicine. They ask you the typical questions. What's your pain like on a scale, 1 to 10 or whatever? And I'm like, well, my pain is like at a 20.
Yeah.
Cause it was real bad that night. And so they give me some pain medication, and all of a sudden they sticking tubes down my nose. So they stuck a tube in my nose through my stomach, and all of a sudden I'm just out. I'm out like a light. I wake up. They had to do surgery on me. So I had a cyst in my neck. Mm. And this was developed through being obese and through bad eating habits.
Yeah.
I had a cyst, and this wasn't my first cyst. I had a cyst when I was younger as well. And I've been big, obese, as they say, almost all my life. Since I was like 10, 11 years old, I've been obese, I've been overweight. And it's not the first cyst I had, but this is the first cyst that I had that almost cost me my life. So, I'm talking to the doctor, and the doctor telling me, well, Mr. Turkey, the reason why you had a headache for a week straight is because of the infection from the cyst was going to my brain.
Yeah.
When I laid down, which was causing the headaches that I had and was causing a migraine. And the doctor told me straight up, he said, if you would have waited a few days later, maybe 2-3 days, he said, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, but you would have been out of here. He told me straight up, just like that, you would have been dead. Like you would have most likely probably had an aneurysm or something of the sort of that nature, and you would have been out of here.
So what goes through your mind at that moment when the doctor tells you that it could have been a wrap, if you would have came in just a day later?
I mean, at that point, I'm like, what I'm supposed to do? Because work, like I said earlier, working offshore is mentally draining for me. But of course we have to pay bills. Like that's the one thing we have to do. Bills come every month.
Yeah.
You can't escape that. And offshore is a great career. But at the same time, for me as a man, I can't just say, oh well, I'm gonna quit working out here because I have a family, I have a wife, I have kids.
Yeah.
So going back to your point, when the doctor said that, in my mind, I'm like, well, I can't quit my job. But I know that that's the number one thing that's causing this. That's causing my stress.
Yeah.
That's causing me to overeat. That's causing these bad habits as far as with my nutrition and stuff like that. But I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie to you, Charles. I was a little scared.
So you were dealing with that cyst, high blood pressure, sleep apnea,
High blood pressure,
pre-diabetes, and you were what, 335 at that time?
Yes.
So how aware were you about the seriousness of your health conditions even before you got to that point where you're in the emergency room going through surgery?
I mean, I was aware, but I wasn't taking it seriously. I'm gonna say that. And I had tried to get Manjaro at the beginning of that year, but my insurance they declined me.
Yeah.
They rejected my claim to get the medication for Manjaro. And when the doctor told me what he told me, I was like, well, I mean, I told him about the medication. I said, I tried to get Manjaro, but my insurance don't want to accept the claim or whatever. And he was like, well, let me look into it. There's something else out. Because around that time, Zepbound wasn't really, around 2024, around that time, I didn't really hear about Zepbound at all.
Yeah.
But Manjaro was really, out. And since I was pre-diabetic, I felt like I could get that. But my insurance didn't, they said otherwise. But I really didn't take my health seriously, to be honest with you. I mean, because working offshore, I'm not sure if you ever worked offshore, or anyone that worked offshore, or anybody in the chat worked offshore before, but it's a real stressful job.
Yeah.
And it takes a certain type of person to be out there, to be gone weeks, months at a time. And then on top of that, when you feel like you have no choice, but to do it. Like I can't just give up a 6-figure job for a regular land job now. So I just sucked it up and did what I had to do. So I didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah. So that scare happened in July. How soon after that did you pivot to starting your GLP-1 journey?
So the doctor said he's going to look back into it and he's going to put the cyst and everything that happened to me on the prescription now, or whatever the letter that they write to the insurance company.
Prior authorization.
And they approve me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The prior authorization. Excuse me. And they approve me.
Okay.
And I got it. I started September, so it was July. I started September, and I
That's
got
good.
married October. So
Okay.
the show ain't stopped.
Yeah.
But the show must go on. You know.
Now, was obesity something that you dealt with your entire life, or did this come on later in life as you get into adulthood and settle down with the family and all that?
Yes, sir. Since I was 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it's my grandmother, she used to go on tour with her daddy because my great grandfather, he's a trombone, well, he was
Uh,
a trombone player. And she said she went to Japan with him one summer,
uh-huh.
and I was skinny. I was a toothpick. Then when she came back home, I just blew up like a balloon.
Yeah.
You know, and I was probably like 11, 12 years old at the time. So I've been obese. I mean, what they call obese, right? Because I seen your video you did, and they consider the athlete
Yeah.
to be obese. So, but I mean, maybe at 11 or 12, I was getting there, but I was definitely overweight. I
Okay.
was definitely overweight, and I've been over 300 pounds almost my whole life.
Okay. So September of 2024, you start at 2.5. I think you're on 15 now, right?
Yes.
Take us through your titration schedule. How did you move up?
I moved up, I guess, like normal every 3 months. I started at 2.5, and I mean, I didn't have any side effects. I was dropping weight pretty fast, but I was, like I said, I was weightlifting. Like that was my main focus. Like I really didn't do too much cardio at the time. I was just weightlifting, and I was trying to focus on my nutrition, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. I wasn't real successful. I didn't become successful with my nutrition until last year of August.
Okay.
That's when I got on point with everything, like my macros, my calorie intake, my maintenance calories, everything. I just started tracking everything of last year, August. But it's pretty normal. I guess basic what everybody do, like every 3 months, I would move up, and then I would do maybe 2 weeks. I would sit off in between just to try to focus on the habits that I developed while I was on it, while I was
Uh,
I was doing it. I would try to sit off for like a week or two just to focus on that, just to see if I can do it, and then I would get back on it. But I moved up pretty quick. You know, I moved up pretty quick.
so you took like a 1 to 2 week break in between each titration.
Later, maybe probably around 10.
Okay.
By the time I made it to about 10 milligrams, yeah, I started taking breaks.
Okay. And how involved was your doctor in your journey?
Not involved at all
Yeah.
because
You had no discussions
I was
about dosage or calorie goals or
not dosage. Yes,
yeah.
dosage. Yeah, we spoke about that. He told me, the typical stuff they tell you. Uh, and I mean, basically, I was bouncing around doctors. Like when I first came to Houston, I may have changed the doctor every 2, 3 months
Hmm.
because they was either quitting or they was getting fired.
Yeah.
Something was going on with him, and I didn't keep a regular doctor. Like the doctor I have now, he's been my doctor for the past maybe 6 months. That go to show you. I've been in Houston 5 years, and he's been my doctor for the past 6 months.
Wow.
So that go to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he told me himself, I'm like, why are y'all jumping around? Like, why can't I keep a regular doctor? I'm like, my insurance good. Like, I
Yeah.
got top notch insurance. Like, what's going on? And he was like, well, Mr. Turkey, it's not about your insurance. These doctors, they don't want to stay. They either quitting or they getting let go. And so, I mean, I guess you can't do nothing about that.
Yeah. So were you getting labs pulled during this time to
Yeah.
make sure your
Yeah.
levels was right? Okay.
Every year I've been doing that, especially since then.
Okay.
Every year.
And you got down to 208 pounds, right? So you
Four,
lost
204.
204. So you lost what 131?
30. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're back up to 215 because you're focusing on recomping your body, right?
Yes, and I had 5 weeks left for that. 5 weeks left for body recount.
Okay. So let's switch over to your dietary change. You said you weren't really focusing on the macros and all of that before. What was a typical day look like for you in eating before you started seriously being locked in? I think you said last August. So before August, what was it like?
Just whatever I wanted. Sometimes I would do maybe 2 or 3 healthy meals, and then late at night snack,
Yeah.
eat ice cream, cereal. But what I want to tell you, so from 2.5 to 10, 12 milligrams, I basically ate regular.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people say their appetites it change to where they get smaller, they can't eat a lot, or they eat just a little bit of food.
Yeah.
I don't know. My body just probably different, but I still ate big meals.
So you didn't
4
really
to
have
5
any.
meals.
You didn't really have any suppression, huh?
Not like the normal
Yeah.
GLP-1 user. Not like normal. No.
So did it knock out the food noise where you just weren't where you weren't thinking about
The
food?
food noise.
Okay.
No. Food noise. Home when I was home, the food noise was gone.
Yeah.
Cause at home I'm with my wife with the fam. I'm stress free.
Yeah.
I'm at ease. But when I'm offshore, even till this day, when I'm offshore, I would still snack late at night. But I would do it in moderation to where I know I have to eat at least 3 healthy meals, and then okay, I'm gonna do this. But before, to your original question, before August, those 3 healthy meals may have been a hamburger,
Yeah.
or like something like that, something fried, or because offshore we all cook.
Yeah.
Everybody cook. So and I normally do fried food. And that would be maybe one of my meals. I would probably do like fried shrimp, some French fries or something like that, and I would eat that.
Yeah.
All
right. So you locked in August. So what are you, especially with your recomp that you're doing now? What are you focusing on protein wise, calorie wise?
Well, August I started keto.
Okay.
And I was doing 2,600 to 2,800 calories of keto.
Okay.
And my proteins, I would try to do at least 300 grams.
Okay.
Of protein. And my carbs, I would keep down to 20, 30 grams. Nothing more than that. A lot of keto wraps.
Yeah.
I would do, because I could do about 6 of those a day, And like I said, protein about 300, and fats moderate, But that's typical. That's typical. And I will be going back to that because keto is amazing. Like I'm not sure if you've seen the video that I have on my Instagram with the jump rope, the transformation that I did with the jump rope.
Yeah.
That was 4 weeks of keto. That physique you see in that transformation, that was 4 weeks. That was just 4 weeks. That's it.
Okay.
So keto is amazing.
Yeah, I did keto before I started my GLP-1. So yeah, I know it works, but I know it's hard to adhere to too, especially for a long.
Yeah, I've been following you
for a long period of time.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the only thing about keto I would say is just not sustainable. I guess for some people it may be, but for me, I would probably do it maybe 4 to 6 weeks the most.
Yeah.
Because I gotta have me some carbs.
Yeah.
I gotta have those carbs.
So when you're offshore, how do you focus on maintaining that diet? Because you're, kind of at the mercy of whatever's there, right? And whatever's cooked that night.
Yeah. Well, offshore, see, it's harder offshore, like I said, because it's stressful, but you can eat whatever you want offshore. And every 2 weeks we do a grocery list, and you could put whatever you want on the grocery list. So now I try to do, like I said, I try to do keto wraps. I try to do a lot of lean ground meat, ground turkey, chicken, like stuff like that, which that's what they normally order anyway out there.
Yeah.
It's chicken, like a lot of proteins. They normally keep that out there. Sweet potatoes, stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard offshore. To be honest, for real, it's real hard to maintain a perfect diet to where, like, my goal right now is to get as lean as possible for the summer.
Yeah.
And when I'm offshore, it's just hard, you know.
Yeah,
So
I can
mean,
imagine. Has your taste for food changed? Is there something that you used to rock with that you don't eat no more, or is there something in the reverse where there's something that you didn't really mess with before, but now it's a go-to meal for you?
Since August, I haven't been eating any fried foods, fast foods. So like if I go to fast food restaurants now, I would just eat the meat. I won't do the breads if I go to any fast food, which some fast food I don't go to at all. So fried foods, I would say I don't have the taste for that no more, or maybe just because I know I have a goal, so I can't really eat that. But I really don't even have a taste for eating anything fried anymore.
Yeah.
But my number one thing I would say is the keto wraps and salsa.
Yeah.
Keto wraps, cheese, and salsa. Like that's a to go for me. I can eat that any time of the day.
All right, let's take a look at your transformation real quick.
Yeah, that's I think that was October. Was that October? Yeah, I think that was October, November, right there.
Yeah. So the one where
the after picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, the after picture.
Yeah. So the before picture, what were you weighing then? Was that about the
I was
335?
I was no on that one. I was 302 because I didn't because my confidence, like I really didn't have that much confidence when I was 335 to be on camera or to document my journey.
Yeah.
And one of my closest friends used to always tell me, because he seen my passion and he knew I was passionate about changing my life, and he used to always tell me, document it, man, document it. So at about 302, that's when I really started documenting my journey and taking a lot of pictures every day, every week, and started really filming myself.
Yeah.
But the one video I have, I was 335 on that video that I have. I don't think I sent you that though.
Look at that
right
change right there.
Yeah, that's 335 right there.
And that's right when you got started. That's about September.
Yeah.
2024.
That was yes, sir. That was fresh out the what's that? After? No. That was That was September. Yep. Yeah. September.
All right, so
I'm trying to see if that was after my wedding or before, but that was before. That was before my wedding.
Okay. So what's your exercise routine? What are you doing in the gym?
Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. I'm glad you asked me that. So everything I've done so far has been done offshore and at home. Nothing is done in the gym. I haven't done anything in the gym.
No, nothing at the gym, huh?
Nope. Everything it's been at home or offshore.
So you got a home gym in your garage or somewhere in the house?
Yeah, I have a weight bench. I have like 200-300 pounds worth of plates. I have an easy curl bar. I have dumbbell bars. I have a pull-up station, dip station. I have bands, jump rope. Yeah, I'm locked and loaded.
And you getting after it every day, right?
6 days at least. I lift weights 6 days a week. I was doing cardio every single day. I was jumping rope 7 days a week at one time.
Yeah.
But for my recomp, I cut it down to 3 to 4 days.
So when you're offshore, how are you getting the exercise in?
Oh, it depends. I mean, I'll bring my weight bench with me because it's foldable. I'll bring my plates with me, my easy curl ball, my dumbbell bars. I have portable pull-ups that I bring with me. But it all depends. I mean, if we at the dock, I'll get a jump rope in. Like I have videos where I'm jumping rope on the deck out in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I've seen those. I thought you were on a pier, but yeah, you're on the dock of the boat.
Rocking, rocking back and forth. The boat, you can see the boat, you can see it rocking back and forth. Basically, I just try to stay focused and try not to wind up back in that position. Cause like I said, when I get a certain weight, it's like I get those cysts,
Yeah,
and I can't afford that because the last cyst that I had in 2024 was bad. I mean, and I don't want to go back to that, Charles. So that's basically why I stay focused and go so hard the way I do. But at least I work out. I try to work out at least 6 days lifting weights and 3 to 4 days jump rope, and that's all I do as far as my cardio is jump rope. That's it.
okay. Now talk about this one. You sent this one over to me. This was at Anytime Fitness, I think it was, and
Yes,
they
sir.
highlighted your transformation.
Yep.
How
That
did that
was
make you feel?
so. Oh man, I'm humble. I'm humble. All glory to God or whoever y'all But for me, it's God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All glory to God, and I'm humbled. I mean, like I said, I just recently. So when they got that story from me, I had just recently started going back to the gym. This was maybe a month ago, probably about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks ago. The owner of the gym's son, I was talking with him. I showed him my jump rope transformation. And he was like, "Wow, man, that's amazing." And he must have sent it to his parents who own the gym. And all of a sudden, when I went back the next day, it was like, "Man, uh, let me give you my." He was like, "Let me give you my daddy number." Because he wanted to talk to you about your transformation. He wanted to see your transformation. So I spoke with him, sent them the pictures, and the wife put that up on the board for me.
that's
And like
great.
I said, I was humble. I
That's
mean, I'm just trying to get my story out there, and show people that it's possible.
that's
Whatever
awesome.
whatever they say is not possible with the GLP-1 muscle gain. Whatever they're saying is not possible is possible, and I'm here to change. Like you said, I'm here to change the narrative on that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we talked about your journey, your transformation, and all that good stuff. So one of the biggest parts of this journey is the non-scale victories that come along with it. The stuff that you can't necessarily measure on a scale or inches on your waistline and things like that. So what are your biggest non-scale victories?
All right, so my first non-scale victory, and I have to do it, but being here.
Yeah.
That's my first. For you noticing me, because for me, I deal with mental health is a real thing. Okay, and I did a video on mental health, right? Because for me, I sometimes I just feel like nobody paying attention.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm putting in all this work, and I mean, who watching me?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you reached out. And you was like, man, your transformation is amazing. And you was like, I'm doing a podcast for the men that's on GLP-1. And in my mind, I'm like, I already know this already.
Yeah.
It's like I see you already. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is definitely a non-scale victory for me being on here. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I appreciate you,
Yeah,
Charles.
I'm
Real for real.
happy to have you because shout out to Darian because I think Darian pointed you out to me two times. I initially followed you when I think you first started your channel. You were maybe not when you first started, but it's like your tag was heavy on the gains then. I think Darian pointed you out to me, so I followed you, but you never came up in my feed. And then I think he pointed you out again, and I went back. I said, I'm already following him. So let me reach out to him, see how he's doing, and see if he'll come on. So shout out to Darian. Darian is the welcoming committee
Yes,
for
sir.
this community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Liam Neeson. He a Liam Neeson of the GLP. Darian will find you. He will find you. But I would say another non-scale victory for me is the Anytime Fitness, when they put my picture on there. I brought my wife over there. I was like, babe, you gotta come see this. I was like, you gotta come check this out, because I don't move without family.
Yeah.
Family is everything for me, and I don't move without them. I keep in touch with my kids, me and my wife, that's my best friend, so I mean, that's what it is for me. So I would say being on here in my Anytime Fitness mural.
Yeah. Let's talk about family for a sec. How has your transformation changed or impacted your role as a husband and a father?
I mean, as a husband, I'm probably still a jerk. But nah, I mean, my wife, she loved me regardless. Like, she was with me when I was 300 and something pounds. So I wouldn't say that affected, and the same as for my kids. Same as for my kids. Like, I mean, they love me regardless. So if I could be 400 pounds, I could be fit and shredded. My son, he always talk about, man, you look like what's that guy that play on Reacher? Reacher. I'm like, come on, man. I ain't that big. Like, no, I don't look that swole. But I mean, I guess it's all relative, it's all perspective. From the outside looking in, he probably see me as swole like that. So I mean, that's probably about it. But they ain't impressed.
Yeah.
My family ain't impressed. I'm still that same fat kid,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. That's about it with that.
So health wise, like we mentioned before, you had high blood pressure, sleep apnea, pre-diabetes. How have those things changed?
My wife, I think my sleep apnea was so bad. She said she used to be scared because at night I used to be snoring so bad to where I would lose air.
Yeah.
Like I would gasp for air, But she said I don't even snore anymore.
Yeah.
So that's changed. My blood pressures went down. I was taking amlodipine for a while, for a long time, but I stopped taking that. Blood pressure's normal, and my A1C, I think it's like 5.1, something like that. It's normal. Everything is normal. I mean, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. I don't take it for granted. And like I said, this is what God want me to do, and I'm gonna push this. This is why I'm manning up with GLP-1. I'm gonna push this to whoever feel like they need it, or whoever feel like they in the same position I was in. So
yeah. What's one thing that you can do today that you couldn't do before 2024, before July 2024?
I mean, it's a lot of things. I mean, I would probably say like jumping rope. I tried to jump rope. I can only jump rope for maybe like 20, 30 seconds. Now I could jump rope 3-4 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we going off of that, I mean, I mean, just it's just regular stuff like that. I guess I could walk longer. I could jog. Like right now, I could jog 3 miles. Hands down, I could do a 3-mile jog, wherever.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
Yeah, that conditioning is key. All right,
Yes,
chat. We getting ready to come to y'all, so make sure you got those questions ready for us. I got some rapid fire questions for you. All right. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Zepbound or Wegovy? Which one do you think deserves the hype?
Zepbound, all day.
What's one food that you used to love that you don't touch no more?
Cookies and cream ice cream.
One of my favorites too. If you could go back to talk to the 335-pound Adam, what would you tell him today?
I tell him get his mind right, get his lazy self up. Nah, I wouldn't be that hard on him. I give him grace, but I would definitely tell him that he need to take his health more serious.
Yeah.
For sure.
And what's next for you? What are you working towards now?
Oh man, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Like, trust me. I have my segments, my Zepbound, the Shot at Life segment, and my Man Enough with GLP-1 segment that I do. I'm dropping every Friday, 6:30. Like I said, Zepbound, the Shot at Life. That's basically what it was for me. That's why I came up with that.
Yeah.
And Man Enough with GLP-1 is basically, when I started, there wasn't too many men on the forefront representing for the GLP-1.
Yeah.
So this is why I seen you and Gold Chaser. Shout out to Gold Chaser. You ever heard of him? Gold Chasers?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you need to check him out. He has an amazing transformation. Like, you might want. I'm surprised you didn't get him on. I'm surprised Dietary ain't find him yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gold Chasers has an amazing transformation. He shouted me out when I first started, when I was Zepbound Gangs at the time. He shouted me out on his channel. So I'm showing the love back to him. You need to check him out. But I have a lot in store. I have a lot. Like I said, I'm still new to this social media thing. So y'all just bear with me. I'm still trying to find my identity on here. And but I have a lot in store. I can't really expose too much of it.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot coming.
Y'all make sure you give Heavy on the Gains a follow. His socials are in the description of this video for Instagram and YouTube. So please give him a follow. Let's get his numbers up. All right. Let's see what we got in the question section. All right, Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. Are your workmates aware of your health journey, and are any of them supportive?
Yeah. Well, supportive. I wouldn't say they're necessarily supportive, but yes, ma'am. I'm Man Enough with GLP-1, so I let everybody know. I don't hide anything, And for a while I did. For a while I thought, would people look at me different, or would they say it was a shortcut, or did I cheat, And now it's like it is what it is. But as far as them being supportive, I wouldn't call it. It's a different world offshore. It's a whole different world out there.
Yeah. All right, we got a super chat from my friend, the Mel B. Gotta
Mel
give the
B.
applause. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate you. So now that you're pretty much met your body comp goals, what's next? Have you considered trying bodybuilding competitions?
Well, I'm not at my goal like all the way 100%. I wouldn't say, but as far as competitions go, I'm competing for a different stage. Yeah. As far as bodybuilding, I don't really consider myself a bodybuilder. A lot of people look at me and say, "Oh, well, you got muscle and you bodybuilding." My wife say this all the time. She be like, "You swole." But when you look at people like Mike Rashid or Larry Wills, or like some people y'all might be familiar with, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, or Rocky Balboa in his prime, like that's my definition of a real true bodybuilder, and I'm far from that, But I'm more of an athlete, like a hybrid athlete, like because I do a lot of cardio. Like my number one thing is cardio. But I know when you're obese and you have over 100 pounds to lose, body recomposition is way more important to fulfilling out loose skin. and that's like one of my nightmares. Like I fear having loose skin.
That's the question I always get asked: do I have loose skin? I have it in my stomach area. What about you? You don't have any?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I have some loose skin in my stomach,
Yeah, but mine
but
sits.
I will I
Mine
will.
sits just perfectly, or you can't see it unless you like staring intently at my waistline. But it's barely noticeable. So I appreciate that part of it.
And I will have an epic transformation coming this summer.
All right.
So I hope y'all stay tuned in for that.
All right. Darian wants to know. Been working out since 2.5 in his garage with workout videos to being a GLP-1 athlete. I've seen your workout in every environment. What motivates you to keep changing it up?
Just shocking the body. Just shocking the body. Like you can't, especially when you coming from where we started, because us on GLP-1, we started from obesity. And when you start from 100 pounds or more, doing the same thing consistently is good. But at a certain point, especially when you come to a point to where you're going to get shredded or you're trying to get lean, it's always good to switch up and shock the body. It's always good to do that. It's always good to sit off from the shots and go bring your calories back up to 28, 25, 3,000 calories maybe. Give your body something different. Because if you stick to 1,800 calories, 2,000 calories, your body gonna get used to that, and it's not gonna grow anymore. So it's good to shock the body. It's good to carb cycle. I mean, that's just for me anyway. That's why I switch it up a lot.
Thank you, Darian. Grace wants to know, hello, Grace. Do you pack enough GLP-1 for your whole offshore stretch or just part of it and stretch it out?
Yeah, I was getting 6 months at a time. So sometimes I would be offshore. Like my regular schedule is 28 and 14, but now I do 28 and 28. And normally I get 6 months prescriptions in advance. But it's a whole thing with that now, and to be like, but yeah, I pack enough with me. I pack enough.
Another one from Grace. I've heard mixed things about really high protein with 300 grams of protein. Have you noticed any impact to your kidneys?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Normally I would do plant-based protein. So I would do either plant-based protein, gluten-free protein, or isolated protein. Not whey. I don't necessarily do the whey protein, but no, I haven't had any issues with my kidneys or anything. I mean, it's been good for me. But the reason why I keep my protein so high is so I can preserve as much muscle as possible, especially when you bring your carbs down. Like normally I probably do 20, 30 grams of carbs. Now my carbs is high. So I would do maybe 200 to 220 grams of protein right now, for my body recount. But when I'm doing keto, strict keto, and I have my carbs low, I would bring my protein as high as possible and still drop fat and preserve as much muscle as possible. But that's why I would have my protein so high. I'm not sure I think that's what she asked too, huh? I think she was asking.
Yeah. Do you have do they pull your kidney function on your labs to see how that?
Yeah. So before it was I had a little FYI, I had a little blood in my urine, but it wasn't from the protein though. It wasn't from the protein because that was before. But now I'm good. I'm good now. And the doctor they normally recommend you have your proteins high, especially on a GLP-1, because for some people it cuts our appetite, suppresses our appetite. So
All right. I think this is pronounced Kula Q. Kula Q.
Q, Q, la Q, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on getting
Q, low
healthy.
Q.
Was testosterone replacement part of your journey to getting this fit? You
Nope, I haven't.
you had a comment the
Huh?
other day on this.
Sure, look. So I started calling myself Zepbound Games in the beginning. And Darium, he knows about this, right?
Yeah.
So I started calling myself Zepbound Games because when I did research into Zepbound, they say that it eats away at your muscle. So I was like, okay, well, I'm about to prove them wrong. So that's why I call myself Zepbound Games. And it started off, you won't build muscle coming from 300 pounds. To now, they're telling me I'm on steroids
Yeah. Yeah.
and that I take testosterone or do you take trend or all this crazy stuff. But like I said, I would do a blood test any day and pass.
Yeah.
Unless Zepbound has testosterone in it or anything like that. No, I don't do that. Do extra stuff.
Now, on another note, I started my testosterone replacement last week. Mine was radiation induced, so ain't nothing wrong with it. But people
Oh
ain't
yeah,
got.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So with some people, you can't win for losing. It's just
Just
you
always
got
have
to
something to
normally
say.
move on. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. We actually got a super chat from Kula Q. Thank you very much. This one gets the DJ hand. Thank you for providing these interviews, education to men regarding GLP-1 use. It's truly life-changing. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so very much for that super chat. And Myber wants to know, how will you continue your journey after your recomp?
Nah, I'm gonna just stay focused. Keep like I say, I'm just getting started. I have so much in store as far as fitness go, but especially for social media. Because I'm a content creator at heart. So, but I'm gonna stick to my health journey and stay. I'm gonna take the Zepbound as long as I can.
All right, we got another one from Grace. Any side effects on Zepbound? And so, how did you manage them?
None. None. I didn't have any. I had zero side effects. I mean, I would say maybe a little constipation. Sorry for using that, but maybe just that. But like I be
When you
hearing
talk about
some
constipation, you
real.
talking to you preaching to the choir about constipation. Everyone here knows about the constipation, so you ain't got to apologize for that today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, other than that, I be hearing some real side effects that have you scared to death to even considering taking the shot.
Yeah.
But for the people out there that's worried about side effects, just know I didn't have any at all.
Yeah. And if you're worried about those side effects, look at the side effects of obesity and diabetes.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Grace wants to know, are you a Zepbound lifer?
Oh, look. As long as Eli as long as Eli Lilly give me that contract, look, tell Eli Lilly give me that contract. If she give me that contract, I don't know if it's a she or a he. I'm guessing it's a she. But as little Eli give me that contract, I'm a Zepbound for life. But nah, serious though, yeah. I'm on Zepbound for life. Like I would definitely if I could get past this little insurance hump because my insurance denied me at the beginning of the year. So as long as I can get past this insurance hump, I'm a Zepbound for life.
They say why they
Yes.
denied you?
My company, the company that I work for, just they just
Stop
was
covering
in
it.
they was in a ringer. Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff going on. But I'm about to be good. I'm about to be good.
Okay. All right. Travel Techie wants to know: do you take any supplements? Which ones? Also, which workout do you do offshore?
So for supplements, I do fish oils, whey protein, well, isolate protein or plant-based protein, which is not really a supplement, but it's a meal replacement. For when you're driving or if you just don't have a meal in hand, you'll do your protein smoothie or whatever. But as far as pills go, I do multivitamins, fish oils, and I'm considering taking creatine. I'm considering it, but I don't know if I'm going to yet. But I'm leaning heavy towards taking some creatine. But that's about it. Fish oils and multivitamins. That's about it.
All right.
Oh, hold on.
Myself.
He said, "I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Charles." They said, "What workouts do I do offshore?"
yeah.
So I jump rope, and if I could lift weights, I would lift weights. But now the boat I'm on, I can't really take my weight bench and all my weights with me. So we have regular, like little 35, 45 dumbbells on there. So I would just do little workouts with the dumbbells, and I would jump rope at least 3, 4 times a week if I can. I'm sorry if I missed that part of your question.
All right. My sister downsizing Diva wants to know: how tall are you?
6'2".
The same height as me.
Downside diva. I've been following her too. I've been following her since I first started my journey.
Yeah, she's great. All right. And Grace wants to know: will you consider any future GLP-1 therapies like retatrutide once FDA approved?
No, I'm now. See, this is where people might not agree with me, but I don't believe in like jumping from medication to medication. Like I just don't believe. I mean, if that's what people like to do, that's fine. Like I'm not against it, but for me personally, I want to stick to one thing. Well, what's the old saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So I just want to stick with Zepbound, like you said before. So that's the one that said you a Zepbound for life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a Zepbound for lifer.
Paul Amadeus Lane wants to know: can you train him?
Hey, I'm willing to train whoever. If you want. Well, really, truly, to be honest with you, at this moment in time, I'm not finished doing what I'm doing. So I'm not focused on. But for you, I'll definitely train you whenever you're ready. Whatever you need, brother Paul, I got you. Whatever you need, whenever you need it, I got you. You know.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Paul.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Paul, man. Shout out to Paul.
All right. Grace wants to know: are your comorbidities resolved?
Yeah, everything is good to go.
And then one more from Grace: top 3 arm workouts for those of us with dumbbells, please, because whatever you're doing is working.
Top 3 dumbbell workout, I would say hammer curls, uh, preacher curls, and maybe incline bench curls. I would say, but at the same time, I would recommend for anybody that's trying to really build muscle to don't just do lightweight, even for women. Like lift heavy weight and do more than 10 to 12 reps. Try to do 30 or 50. That's what I do. Like I'll do like maybe 30. I do pyramids. I do like 30, 20, 10, 5, 5, which the fives being my heaviest, like 100-pound dumbbells and up for the five reps.
Yeah, you really got to
That's what
burn
I
that
do.
muscle out. Exhausted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Positive.
that's the thing too. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Positive T, last week's guest. Welcome. Do you have any other? Do you take any other peptides, or are you interested in taking any others?
Look, I appreciate you, Positive T. I was prepping, watching y'all episode before this one. I was watching y'all episode, like, let me see what he going, let me see what he asking, let me get the vibe real quick, you know. So I really enjoyed y'all interview that y'all did. So shout out to you, Positive T. But no, not really, not really. Peptides. I try not to feed into the noise on the internet, but you know, sometimes it's hard. And then for me, I feel like I'm on the forefront for the GLP-1 community, especially when it comes to building muscle. And I was going back and forth with this guy that's taking peptides, and I'm like, bro, you don't even have as much muscle as me, bro. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not interested in any peptides or nothing like that.
All right. Grace says you are so determined. How much of your success would you credit to discipline versus the medication? It's a good question.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Look, I come from a strong family, you know. So we talking about just overall just discipline. I would definitely say discipline, right? Because it's just in me. Like my daddy was a black belt. You know, he was a Vietnam veteran. You know, I mean, he was a great man that was physically fit almost his whole life. So I would definitely say discipline over medication because it's just running my blood. Like my bloodline, my mom, my brothers, we just all strong individuals. You know, coming up in the family, seeing all my people was married coming up. So that formed a whole lot of discipline in me. But the medication definitely saved my life. I definitely give credit to that part of it. You know, but I would have to pick that discipline over the medication, definitely.
Travel Techie wants to know, at what age did you start your journey, your weight journey, or weight loss journey, I should say, and have you run into any injuries?
Yeah, 2024, I was what, 42, 42, going on 43 at the time. As far as injuries, man, my knee always my knees like bad. Like when I tell you, my lower back be hurting me. Like if I could bend over a certain weight, and if my back go out on me, that's a wrap. I'm out. I'm out for like 2-3 days. So yeah, I deal with that every day, especially because I'm in my 40s, and I guess probably by me being overweight for so long, it's caught up with me. But normally I just push past it. I try my best to just push past the pain. You know.
Let's see if there's
I
any.
had I popped my Achilles jumping rope. I popped my Achilles. I injured my shoulder. I tore a pec in my chest. Yeah, yeah. It's been a long road. It's been a long road.
I see G's and G Money's is hiding in the bushes. Welcome, fellas. I don't see any
G
other
Money,
questions.
G Money.
I don't see any other questions. I think that's it. I had a lot of questions for you tonight. Inquiring minds, inquiring minds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here for it. Here for it all.
All right, if there's nothing else, we're going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate you all for joining us tonight. And, I got to do my outro to call out to all you men. So here we go. And I need to close out the show with 2 important reminders for the men. First and foremost is prostate cancer screening. Screening is no longer requires a digital rectal exam. It's a simple blood test typically covered by insurance. For most men, screening should begin at age 50. If you're a black man or have a family history, such as a father or brother with prostate cancer, screening should begin at the age of 45. However, black men with a family history should consider starting at the age of 40. Black men are about 80% more likely to develop prostate cancer and twice as likely to die from it. And that's largely because it's often detected when it's too late, after it has already spread outside of the prostate. Early detection is critical. Prostate cancer often has no symptoms until it has advanced. Second, colorectal cancer screening. Colorectal cancer is affecting younger and younger people. Early detection saves lives. There's approximately one diagnosis every 25 minutes in people under 50. It is now the leading cause of cancer death for men under 50 and one of the leading causes overall in that age group. Among the top 5 cancer-related deaths, it is the only one increasing in younger adults. Men are more likely to be diagnosed at a younger age and more likely to die from it. Approximately 75% of patients under 50 are diagnosed with advanced stage cancer, either stage 3 or 4. Screening reduces mortality by up to 60%. Colon cancer is one of the most preventable cancers, but only if you get screened. Gentlemen, take your health seriously. No one is coming to save us. We have to show up for ourselves and for each other, because iron sharpens iron. So I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I appreciate your participation in the comments and asking questions. We will be back next week, same channel, same time, when I'll have Kevin J on the show to talk about his journey. So please join us next week. I look forward to seeing you all there and interacting with you. Everyone have a great night. We'll talk to you later.